Oh, for heaven's sakes, learn to type, Christine. One another. You would think that by now I would have put that on a spreadsheet somewhere that I could just tap it and go, hello, hello to one person, hello to three people. And hang on one second, popping out my chat and making that window a different size. And hi, happy Sunday. Okay, Kenny. Are you off to get some coffee, I hope? Anyway, hello, everybody, and welcome to CLAldridge Art. How is everyone on this Sunday? We are going to be nothing but sunshine and lightness and happy. I'm not going to talk about anything going on in the world unless y'all want to. And because I know that for many of us, it's been a kind of a weird week. And let me, I'm straightening the camera angle and moving it so that I am not getting quite so much of my empty desk. And hello, Kenny, obviously, who is off to get something. Elizabeth, Daryl Lynn, good to see you. Barb Sanger, good morning. And beautiful day in Maryland. It is actually a gorgeous day here. We had a gorgeous evening a couple of nights ago, and I took a walk around 11 o'clock at night up to the 7-Eleven and stood and talked to my neighbor for, I don't know, must have been close to an hour that we were just, chatting it up. And I got home, no problem. By the next morning, I noticed that I was covered with mosquito bites. So and this is how a mosquito bite manifests on me. So you can see that yeah. Anyway, 70-mile winds right now. Oh my goodness. Well, you are out there in the desert too, in California, I believe, and I know that the wind can get to be blowing pretty hard out there. Hello, Susan, and how are you? And what was the bang? I need to know what the bang was on Sammy's roof, and because I just sort of settled in, and she had to go yesterday. I know she came back. Oh, mosquitoes are the worst. And out here, my goodness, because our rain gutters get clogged, and so we've got a lot of standing water, and there is just a ton of mosquitoes. And yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Nanimo. And hi, Nanimo, by the way. And hi to all of the people coming in. And lightning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And there's a big hole in the roof. Oh my goodness. Oh, I hope that they were able to get somebody, at least a tarp over it, because I know it was just raining like no tomorrow. I saw that she came on, so I'm guessing that they must have gotten at least some kind of an emergency fix on it. Roofers are already fixing it. Oh, good. All right. Is she still? I noticed that she was on live. I don't know if it was last night or early this morning. I hope I'm not on over her. But I'm really glad that they're fixing it and getting it fixed. You're in the 50s, rain, wind, and snow in the mountains. They're in Utah. Okay, that is sort of unusual for June, isn't it? The it's just, the weather is so weird. We had a thunderstorm go through last night, and it was just amazing. And then, of course, I guess when Sammy wasn't on, Anne came on for the first time in months, and I had signed off, um, and was doing something else. And so I missed Anne at A Colorful Lives Live yesterday. So anyway, oh, I'm so glad that at least that there's a temporary fix and that it's not, because I mean, the last thing she said was that there was a leak. And we heard that thunder or that lightning. I can't believe it hit the roof though. Oh my goodness. How scary was that? I know Sam nearly jumped out of her chair. Um, yeah, exactly, Kenny. Exactly. Louise, happy Sunday, my dear. Are you somewhere where you are not having to wear a mask? I hope. And I know, you poor thing. It's just everybody is doing it here. I just hope that it goes away eventually. You had a tornado in Orlando last night. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Hello, Edna, by the way, and welcome. I don't know that I've seen you here, but welcome to our little group. And hello, Rain Janes for Less. I know you have a name. One of these days, I'm gonna write it down, um, or go back and read. Um, and hello, Mona and Robin. Robin, I am going to remember that. I am going to remember. I'm going to associate you with my ex's niece, who is my niece, Robin. Robin is Rain Jane's for less. Okay. Um. Anyway. Uh. Oh, good. I'm so glad. You're on your summer vacation, so no more work. Yay. No masks. Well, good. In that case, then you can breathe. I know what you mean, though. I wear glasses when I have to go out, Louise. And so, I mean, like the other night, I walked up to the 7-Eleven because there were like 6 people inside. I went ahead and put on my mask, although I would have anyway, because here it's required. Libby, hi. I haven't seen you in a coon's age. Donkey's years with Sammy, and Coon's ages are because our raccoons get old. Um, anyway, never mind. Just shut up, Christine. I have I have I have 2 things. Let's talk about this. Let's talk. Well, no, let's not. Let's talk about this first. Finally, you saw that I had done these. These are actually the print versions. These are the 2 new drawings that I have put in my Etsy shop. They are there now. Now, if you want the discount on these, you got to be a member um, of my coloring group. But otherwise, they're in the shop for $1.50 each. So these are these 2, and I'm going to color one of them today. And this is a new one that I am working out the details on right now. I will tell you that somewhere this morning, efficient Christine took over my life, um, and did in 1 hour more than Lottie Da Christine has managed in 3 weeks. So this is how this one is turning out, which is the one that we started last week with pencils. Hang on, let me grab that autofocus and sort of turn it off. So that is how we're doing with that. Obviously, it is nowhere near done, but I am working out the colors for the frame and how that is going to come out. Okay. Now we can talk about this. This is Happy Mail from the oh so generous and just amazing human being that is Kenny, our Miss Kenny. And I could have sworn, Kenny, that I took these off my wish list because they were sold out. And the only ones that I could that were anywhere comparable were so expensive that I was like, no way, I'm not putting that on my list. And so anyway, you could have just knocked me over with a feather when these arrived last week, or this week actually. Hang on, I'm trying to turn on. There we go. I'm trying to get the color a little bit warmer. There. That's a little bit warmer. And now these are the ones. These are glitter gel pens. Glitter and 48 glitter gel pens. Now they come in this nifty box, and as you can see, I had not even opened it. I've been dying, Kenny. I've been absolutely dying to open these, and but I held off. And oh look, oh, it's a nifty box. Wait, okay, so apparently it opens like this, and there must be there's a magnet strip in there. Oh, 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 look at this. Look at the sparkle. Look at the sparkle on that. Oh, isn't that pretty? Now, I have seen this on Shara's channel, but I am just, do you ever, I put these in my, I put my sugar in a plastic bag, the bag sugar, and then I toss these in the plastic bag outside the packaging, and it helps to keep the moisture out of the sugar. And yes, the box is great for storage. I saw that on the video. So it's got all of these sections, and look at all these gorgeous colors, and the greens, and look at all the different. That's a ton of gel pens. And as if that's not enough, right? They come with apparently this is, well, let me get this out first. Because these are a full set of the refills. So you not only get the pens that are already full, but you get a full set of refills, and you can buy the refills separately. So, you can't buy individual colors, but you could buy a whole package of the refills. So, from a cost to value standpoint, that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So, Kenny, thank you very, very much. It's just amazing. And then look at this nifty box. Okay, so you take out that insert, and now you've got a really good storage box with a magnetic closure for your pens. So it's like everything. And Shara, look, honey, look, I got it. Yes, I saw this on Shara's channel, and so and so thank you, Kenny. You just have fulfilled. You are such a dream fulfiller. There are people in life who just touch you, and you just fulfill dreams. That seems to be the mantle you have taken up. So thank you. I wanna see what these are. All right. It looks like it should just lift right. Oh, it does. User error. Okay, look. Oh, look. Okay, so it's got like there's little cards. And this is okay, so this is a color sheet. So you can see what the colors are. They're colors like glitter, sapphire, azure, raindrop, glacier, or glacier if I was from other parts, moon rock, root, champagne, coral, hot lava, love that, 24 karat, ooh, goldenrod. All right, and then of course, so it's got all of these lovely little things to color as well. So I thought that we would try these out a little bit, and I would do it on. Now I don't know. Maybe you guys know. Are these opaque or are they translucent? In other words, can you see through them? If I covered up these black lines, will the black lines disappear? I think they do. And so I thought that I would do maybe a combination of ColorIt marker and pens and gel pens, glitter gel pens. Hello, on this one. Yeah. And then I'll color the other one some other time. I just want to try these. Oh, let's see here. I need to make sure my light is good. It looks like it's okay. A little dark going on in that corner. I need a big old reflector over there. I think I have one somewhere. Hang on, guys. I'm messing with my camera controls here as I am trying to figure out how to. There. Duh. How about you just move the camera, Christine? You got that fancy arm. You might as well use it. Okay. I call it my fancy arm, my 1999 camera arm that swings up and out of the way. It's wonderful. Yeah, they are. I think that I don't think that ColorIt delivers to the UK. It might, but I don't know. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll use now. Yeah, no, we'll use the CalArts. I was going to say maybe we would use the Arteza real brush pens, but I think we're going to use the CalArts. And tell me about your guys' week. What kind of things have you been up to? Is there anything good going on in the world, or is it just everybody sort of staying at home and hoping the world doesn't blow itself up? Yeah, you can also buy just the refills and this thing right here. And let's open it and look and see what that's like. Let me grab a pair of scissors. Okay, so, oops. Okay, so they come in groups of packages, and the number is written on the outside. So you know, you just find which pen you need. And I'd be willing to bet that they are by color group. Yeah, so there's like 4. There's like 4, well, actually there's 3. There's 3 packages. This one has like double the amount that either one of these do. So, yeah, so it works just like a regular pen refill. And I love these little sorry, these little tip things on the ends. That's cool. That's really cool. Nice job, ColorIt. ColorIt makes a nice product. I mean, look at the coloring books that they make. And, you know, they're spiral bound, good paper, you know, so you would expect that why would this be any different, you know? And I love it. And I saw Anne was using the ColorIt markers yesterday. And they looked really nice as well on what she was coloring. She had gotten a new mandalas book. I'll work on that later. And okay, so tell me how you guys' week is going. And I want to use bold, dark colors on this. And the reason is because then I want to use lighter gel pen on top of it to see how it works. So I am going to start out with a bold color, and we're going to see how it goes. So this is a dark red. And I'm going to have to fight the urge to leave my highlight, you know, do my highlights like I would normally leave a white like that. Because that would be normally how I would highlight, right? Is to do something along those lines. And I might not have to. Get you down here on top of it. And work on the focus. Hello. We do want it to be in focus. And I also need to work a little bit on the brightness and on the focus. Ooh, is that a little better? Oh yeah, chill, by the way. Oh, that's funny. You forgot the eye. Yes, our Miss Kenny is definitely a female. Otherwise, you've got some explaining to do to Joseph. Yeah, that's funny. Sorry, couldn't resist that one. So, Shara, I saw your video of the peacefulness going on there in San Diego. That was good to see. And where is Joey? And you know what? Wait a minute. I saw Joey last night I saw Joey last night when I watched the playback of Anne's live stream yesterday. Joey was there. Mrs. Coffee, welcome, welcome. And thank you, my dear. That is so kind of you, Mrs. Coffee. And yes, and you have no idea, Mrs. Coffee, how much I really needed to watch your show the other day. It was just what I needed. I just needed some sanity in the insaneness, and you were there. I have shed more freaking tears this week than I have in the last year. And you all know I cry a lot, right? At one point in time, one of my neighbors came knocking at the door because they had heard me in the house ranting. Apparently, I was ranting at the top of my lungs. And So they stopped and said, "Is everything all right?" And I was like, "No, everything is not all right. There's a 75-year-old man laying on the ground with his head cracked open and nobody helping him. And no, I am not all right." Anyway, I wasn't going to talk about any of that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to. All right, so I want to change colors slightly to, and I'm not sure that this is a good choice, but we're going to try it anyway. This is a different red. And I'm not sure if it's a brighter red or a more brown red. But what I'm doing is I'm hopefully getting into a position where I'd be able to, now look, see, I do it automatically, do it without even thinking that, because that I, add those highlights in like that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So I decided to pop in. She has been around. It takes someone like, yeah, exactly. I thought, Micah, again, yay. There's another one that I saw that I hadn't seen in a while. The other day, it was, I tell you what, it is just so nice to see everybody flock to visit, because for me, YouTube started with A Colorful Life. And so it was really nice to see that that all Ann has to do is come on the air and she's immediately got a full room, a full house. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help but leave my little strips of highlights. It's ingrained in me. I love working with markers. It's so easy. Let's see here now. Do I have any other darker reds that I can use, or like a reddish brown? Grab the swatch book to see. These are the CalArts, and so these are the two that I think I used the 338, which is the Argyle, and I used the 218. So there is the 427, which is that one. So we're going to try that one as the third red, just to try and give it a little bit of visual difference and see if it is different at all. Question for all except Inktense. What are your favorite Derwent pencils? Oh, I don't know. Inktense. Well, the only other ones I have are Graphitins. But what are the other ones that are made? Colorsoft. Colorsoft. Is that a Derwent product, ColorSoft? Thank you, Static Shock. It's in my Etsy shop. It's for sale. You can have it after weeks of, for some reason, I don't know. I think I thought I had put it in there, but I realized that in the last 6 days, I've only had 4 sales in my Etsy shop. So it's like, I'm like, well, I better put some new material in there, or people are gonna like, are going to read your comment. Okay, hang on. Rulies was out during the protest, and they handed him the megaphone, and he led the. Oh wow, wow, that's great. I like that. Yeah, well, I'm glad that your son is active as well, and what's been really nice is to see that that you know that peace has, I mean, except in rare circumstances, has been restored. People are doing what they are constitutionally guaranteed they're able to do, which is to peacefully protest. Period. Because it's as unfair to cost a business owner his business with violence as it is to, you know, do the other stuff that is going on. So it's just I just am just shocked that we're still fighting these battles. We should not have to fight these battles. We are such an inclusive society. I do wish we would remember that we are much more alike than we are different. Okay, so that is that color. Now, all right, so that's the white. And I like the way that turned out. Now what I need to do is figure out what I want to do for this. And I think it's going to be yellow. I do think it's going to be yellows. I am just, when I go to replace this set, it's going to have to just be yellows. Although this is more orange. It's okay. We are going to get to a place where we're going to use the where we're going to use those ColorIt glitter gel pens. I promise. Just maybe not for highlights, maybe for dots or something like that. Actually, what I really think would look great with colored with gel pen is because I've noticed that in this book, it's hard to color. This is the Rita Berman book. It is so hard to color the with pencils or even Inktense because they're so little. But I think that they would look fabulous with gel pen. Yeah, I've had to give up, except for like I did go on today, and I do occasionally go on, like like the ones that come up in my feed, the pictures, colorings, and posts and stuff like that. I'll generally interact with those a little, some likes and comments and things like that. But I don't spend time on Facebook anymore. I can't because thank you, whoever that was. Thank you from the bottom of my little heart. I will say that I do, in fact, lead a fairly blessed life as far as 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 far as just I don't know whether it's karma or what, but did I told you guys the toilet paper story. How I ended up with 72 rolls or 48 rolls of toilet paper. So, yeah. But, and I have been sharing things that I watch on Facebook to my personal page. Um, and I've been trying to do that fairly carefully. Like the Black Lives Matter movement, it has to be universally acceptable because I don't want to live in a world where it's not. And politics, I try and not comment or say anything about, because that's politics are always temporary, but people dying on the streets is not temporary. That's permanent. And that we need to all stand up. We need to all acknowledge that the problem exists, and we need to take actual action to correct it. To hold police accountable, and also to acknowledge that there are times when force to subdue is necessary, but that those times are so much fewer than the amount of times that it's used, as to not even be negligible. Just cannot imagine what it would be like. Well, actually, for those of us who are worried about a police state, like me, we're getting a taste of what African American people and other people of color in this country have gone through for hundreds of years. So, if you're worried about the National Guard being called out, if you are saying to yourself, that is so un American, that is a violation of the Posse Comitatus Act, then all you have to do is think about the fact that you're putting yourself in somebody else's shoes who's felt like that about the regular police their entire existence. So, I watched James Corden the other day, and of course he made me cry. He always does when he puts on his serious and thoughtful hat. Why is it that funny guys are always so smart? Can somebody answer me that? I just can't even begin to. And that's just it. I mean, the white people don't, we don't have the experience. We can't possibly know. We can say, we understand, but we don't. We don't until we have to live with that fear every single day. My neighbors who are an African American family across the street now, because Jamie moved out of that house down the street and new people moved in across the street. And they were outside discussing it the other night when I had my windows open. And I was listening to the conversation, and I was just like, nobody should ever, ever, ever be made to feel like that. Nobody. I wasn't going to talk about this, was I? Okay. Like I said, I can't help myself but to leave these little white highlights. But we are gonna I'll do something with a gel pen here, with a glitter gel pen. I promise. And I apologize. I don't think I've even looked at chat, but I will read it back today. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. It's just empathy, you know. You just have to. Empathy is a learned skill. And it comes, a lot of times, children are naturally empathetic, you know. I was, yeah, Jill, I think it was you actually today that posted the little video meme about the kid who, the moment he realizes that violence isn't the answer, um, uh, and he's being asked to hit a pinata that looks like a person, or looks like it's like a vaguely humanoid shape, and instead he drops the bat and goes and hugs it instead of hitting it with the bat. I thought that was just adorable. And then you see how effective it is when a police officer actually joins the protest and realizes how realizes the role that that the police force has played and is genuinely empathetic. People just want to be heard. you know they just want to know they matter. Well, hello, Kathy Nichols, and hello to all of the people who have come in that I may not have acknowledged personally. Welcome, welcome. I am so glad to see you here. We are coloring a new drawing that I just put in my Etsy shop, and we are doing it and going to be ultimately using these wonderful ColorIt glitter gel pens that Ken was kind enough to bless my channel with. And so, and just discussing the inequities of life all across the world. I mean, obviously, this is not a problem just here in the United States. This is a problem everywhere. And it is nice to see a lot of countries standing in solidarity that also have their own issues to deal with, their own instances of injustice. And that's all it can, it is simply injustice. Um, and Shara, I remember that I've had a lot of practice at it. So, so when you say that you are, that you practice my gemstones, uh, and that I've just, because I've always colored this way. I've always used this, this little white, leaving the white strip with markers anyway. So it's sort of second nature. And it does, and I can't take credit for it, man. I learned it from Elizabeth. I learned it from Elizabeth Zach Siegel in my coloring group. She has been literally a fan of my art since the beginning, and she can color for a metallic effect, or like it's almost like a plasticine look, like nobody I've ever seen. And so I just simply studied what she did, and she applies it a little bit better than I do. But now I need to swatch these, and I don't want to take the time this very moment to set up a swatch page, but I do want to, yeah, all right. We'll do this. We'll take a page over here. This was me practicing to make a flower. And so I want to, and I want a dark color, like a, like a brown or actually that's purple. Okay. Now I don't know about any of you guys, but I always clean off the tip of a gel pen before the only gel pen I have is there's the white one. And it looks like these are like pretty much, they're made by the same kind of people. But I always clean off my white Uniball, and I've never had a problem with clogging. So, all right, this is sienna. So let's see if this is closer. Yeah, that's closer to what I want. All right, so we'll do something like this. Right? You can't even see that, can you? Well, I can see it though. Try and make them a little bit bigger. See, those are gorgeous. Look at that. Wait, I'll hold it up to the light here in a second. And we can bling it out. All right, so where is it? All right, turn so that it's okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. I like it because it's subtle when you look at it right, square on, but it is cool. Hello, Tonya. Hello, Patty. And that is just amazing. And hello, Mona. How are you? And anyway, so, all right, so let's see here. That's a lot of busyness going on there. Trying to make the dots just a little bit bigger so that you can actually see them a little better. These are actually gorgeous, and they're very sparkly. That is very nice. That I'm happy. Mary. Oh, Mary, thank you. Oh, thank you so very much for that super chat. You are just amazing. You guys, now you're going to make me cry again. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So, wow. I still can't believe, yeah, I agree. I can't believe it was so loud. Well, I think you were there too. I think a lot of us were there. It was just like, oh my goodness. It sounded like a huge thunder crack. I had no idea. I mean, how scary is that? That is just. All right. So, and look how pretty the colors are. These are, I mean, Kenny, you and I had talked about it, and you said that you didn't think that they were as sparkly as the Pentel, and I don't know if they all are. I can tell you that this one is the sienna, the glitter sienna. They're actually gold. The glitter in them is gold on reflection, but whoops. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I'm liking that. It's not as you're right. It isn't as sparkly, but it is pretty close. Sat's video. Oh yeah, it shook it. Yeah, it was. It made Sammy jump out of her chair. I mean, practically. Uh, and hello, oh my goodness, you can't stay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mary. You can't drop cash and then leave. At least let me say a huge thank you. That is so sweet. Um, I want to say a big hello to dear Christine. Sadly, you can't stay. Well, I hope that whatever it is that you need to do today, Mary, that it is just absolutely something wonderful for you. And and you have certainly come in and spread sunshine here. Speaking of sunshine spreading, if for those of you who might follow me on Facebook, you know that on my personal page, I shared a couple weeks ago that Sierra Boggess, who is the actress and Broadway star who played Christine opposite Ramin Karimloo in the 25th anniversary Albert Hall version of Phantom of the Opera that we all saw on The Show Must Go On a few weeks ago. She has started a new series. Primarily, it is directed at other creative types on Broadway, but it is so useful for everybody. And it's basically about um, the being a source of light in the world as opposed to a source of darkness. For the same reason that people want to hang out with somebody who is always positive, um, and tend to shy away from people who are negative. It's that same mindset. You attract what you want into your life by being a light giver. So thank you, Mary, for spreading some light in my life today, and Mrs. Coffee and Kenny and all of you who so generously give me your time every Sunday, and it's just amazing. And these gel pens are fabulous. ColorIt should be very, very pleased with this product. And look, as I turn the page, you can see how it is, because I can see the reflection, and hopefully you can see it too. So that is what these look like, and that is just amazing. There will be lots of creativity happening here with these around. My goodness. And look at all these colors. That's amazing. Well, you can't really look right now, but excuse me. I mean, that's all those gorgeous pinks and purples that got you covered on the purples. And even more. Okay, hang on. The voice, the throat suddenly seized up and it makes me want to cough. I'm going to hit mute for just 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay, that's better. I had to blow my nose and I didn't want you to listen. You don't want to listen to me honk. Well, that's what was so weird, Daryl Lynn. It didn't seem to blow out any of her power when it hit. Oh, maybe you're talking about somebody else. But it didn't. I thought maybe it was a transformer that blew up or something. In the neighborhood, we had one that blew up here out on the main street, and it sounded like a gunshot in the front, in the living room kind of thing. And yet it was 100 feet away. But and I am just adding these in alongside the white, the white streaks. So I'm almost done with this one. Then we can move on. But this is just if these are as sparkly as these are, then I could not be more pleased. I am going to give this. I am going to give, based upon just this one pen, I am going to give ColorIt a triple A plus for this set of gel pens. And there's refills, which just, that's just amazing. Okay. So there we go. So there's that. All right, now, once again, I am going to clean off my point and recap the pen, put it back, and we are going to pick a color to use down here. Now, technically, well, actually, that's what I wanted to do. That is what I wanted to do. I need a dark orange. Okay, so that is, because technically these are not, well, actually I don't need a dark orange, I need a light. And all right, let's see what we've got here. No, that's not going to be right. Let's go to our yellows and let's see what we've got as far as colors go. See my cute little bunny that I drew? I was drawing in the style of Rita Berman. I can't claim that as my own. I was just trying out. Oh, that's it. That's the one. I think. Let's try one more just to be sure. And while I work this out, guys, sorry to leave you hanging. That's an even better. Okay, so what I wanted to do here is these little doohickeys here, and this is just an eye of the beholder kind of thing. These are supposed to be where the leaf is folded over on itself, but that isn't actually, it's sort of a subject to interpretation. It would be fine if you just left it as a white space. When I drew it as a folded over space. So I'm going to put that in there just like that. And Susan, when you went on, it struck. Oh, were you on when it struck? Sammy said, okay. Oh, a fudgesicle. Oh, bring one for me too. Love those. Actually, I've got, oops, sorry. I've got to order, I have to remember to order groceries for Monday delivery. That's tomorrow, I guess. I am once again out of, I made a nice casserole last night, so that's food for a couple days, but I gotta get some groceries in the house there. Okay. And okay, so that is, that didn't turn out quite as well as I had hoped it would. But now what I need is I want a nice blue, and you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to go with well, you'll probably already think I'm crazy, right? Can I see a vote on how many people think I'm crazy? This is the B635 forest green. No, not what I want. I want the 714 turquoise. 714 turquoise. There it is. Of course you're crazy. The best people are. Exactly. Okay. Speaking of which, I was going to ask, for any of you who've actually been out there in the stores, are things getting back in stock? And so this is a turquoise blue, and I'm using it because it is a good contrast, because it is the opposite, a good complement, because it is the opposite to oranges on the color wheel. And so I'm just coloring in the background here. And I'm being a little more careful because this is such a darker, such a stronger color than that golden yellow or golden orange. So I'm trying to be a little bit more careful in going around some of these things. You plead the fifth. Cheryl, that's okay. You're crazier than I am. You haven't been out yourself yet. I think, yes, the stores are back to normal. Okay, good. So there's things like toilet paper and paper towels on the shelves and food in the freezer case. And I mean, I'll tell you what, that day that I walked in there, it was early on, early on when this thing started. And I still haven't been able to, even though my groceries come from Walmart when I have them delivered, I still have not been able to bring myself to physically go into a grocery store. Of course, I couldn't for the longest time. It was like a month, I think, that like the battery was dead in my car, of all things. And of course, it's not dead anymore, and it's holding a charge. Thank goodness. So Jamie came and helped me get it started that one week, and then I realized it had been 2 weeks since I'd even started the car again. So I went out, thinking, oh, it's going to be dead again. It's not holding a charge. Sure enough, started right up. I think it was I had one of those to try and save me money. I got one of those progressive, um, and they send them out to new customers because I changed to progressive. And one of those plug-in things that says how you drive. Uh, let's 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 just say that my insurance rate dropped a lot after they found out that not only do I always obey traffic laws and don't do rabbit starts and rabbit stops, but I also drive the car maybe 10 miles a month. So they were pretty happy with that level of risk. Plus, I've been driving since I was 16, and I've, other than one accident when I was 16 and just a brand new driver, I've never had a ticket. So, and they kept the accident off my record because my dad was an auto body man, so he fixed all the cars. And yes, I was at fault. I rear-ended somebody because I was following too close, and I never ever did that again. As opposed to my ex-brother-in-law, who has wrecked 5 cars following too close. He's rear-ended 5 people and wrecked his own car 5 times. I'm like, why didn't you learn after the first time? Ah. Boy, you are one popular girl, Kenny. That's good, though. Hopefully it is people who love you who are checking on you. And I know, see, I think Melody had a birthday was it last week? I think it was last week. I sent her, or I wished her a happy birthday. And I'm sure there were others. I missed Dee Dee's show. I was there for like, yeah, exactly, Kathy. And, well, he's the one that when when my ex and I, and him, his sister and her husband, that's my brother-in-law, um, we all went to Hawaii and he rented the car. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not getting in if you're driving. So, so we let Jim drive, my ex, the whole time because I was not about to get in a car with him, you know. And I base that on the most harrowing drive of my life was when we had gone up to Seattle to visit them. We had flown in, and uh, he picked us up. My brother-in-law picked us up at the airport, and the drive home, or the drive to back to his house, which was some distance away. I was like, oh no, nope, nope, nope. I had to close my eyes the entire trip because he was following literally 6 inches off a guy's bumper the entire time. Guy'd move out of the way, he'd move up to the next car and get 6 inches behind that guy's bumper. It was like, and you wonder why you have wrecked 5 cars. At 80 miles an hour, because of course, well, actually, probably 70 miles an hour, because he also was a speed demon. Like, unless you're a trained NASCAR driver, you don't really want to do that. I don't know, maybe he was a NASCAR driver in another life. I do too. I will avoid them always, and I won't get in the car with somebody who tailgates. I just won't. Um, I don't argue with them at all. I don't do the whole, tap my brakes and, signal them to back off kind of thing. I just get out of their way and let them go because chances are pretty good that somewhere up the road they're gonna, they're gonna be wrapped around a telephone pole somewhere or over the divider, on the roof of their car. And if that's what happens to them, well, I'm sorry, but they basically asked for it. There's just no excuse. There's no excuse for tailgating. Doesn't get you there any faster. Okay. All right, so now we have that. We need to add some sparkles into the water. Is it water? I don't know. Maybe if we add sparkles, it'll be gilding the lily. So maybe we won't do that. Wait. So I don't think I have a mod in the house, so uh, it's pretty funny. I usually don't need one, but anyway. So yes. Apparently it objected to the word asses. But asses are animals. And yes. I gave up Gab at about 2,700. Didn't help anymore. I don't know what that. Oh. Sorry. You hear. Oh. That's okay. I do have a mod in the house. Hi, Nana. All right, so now what is a good color? I think we need to play on green. I think we need to play on green and blue. So let's pick a nice cerulean blue, which is B205. And do the, and do, okay, you guys can see. I just want you to be able to see how I do this. Oh, I just messed that one up. That's okay. That's okay, because you know what? One is allowed to be messed up. Well, it just means we're going to end up having to put these back in with a pen. There we go. Sometimes I just have to pay attention. There we go. You end up with a perfect one eventually. I just love the way that works. I really do. I am pretty, as you know, I'm pretty fond of that. This is the reason why I've never needed, or actually, boy, I've never ordered the Sakura white, you know, the Posca, thank you. I've never ordered the Posca because I can do this with white space. I think I've got, I know what that is. Okay. Trying to figure out, there's a shadow being cast on my page from somewhere, and I can't decide if it's the, I think what it is it's the knob, the light bulb knob. But that's okay. It's all right. I need to go out to the garage and get my, oh, well, it's actually not a garage. It's a room that used to be a garage back when the house was built. But I just use it for storage. But I've got can lights out there, my old show lights, and I keep threatening to go get them. And I should do that. Lyrica, lots of, thank you, Nanimo. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of medicine. There are a lot of medicines out there, aren't there? I have, the only medicine I've ever taken in my life is an antibiotic. And, you know, occasionally an ibuprofen or something like that. So I've been very lucky, I guess. That I've never, you know, I've never had to take anything. Yeah, yeah, I know it does, Shara. I know it does. And yes, I do. I do. It is one of the things that I am most grateful for is that that I have always had, obviously I do have difficulty breathing, but that's something that I brought on myself, really. Combination of my history with pneumonia, and when I was a kid, and the fact that I smoke. So, I mean, I can't blame that on anybody, or nor would I want to. Um, and I just am very lucky. I attribute it though. I I have to say that I attribute my rather robust health to the fact that I don't go to doctors. Um, because my experience with doctors has always been that if you go, they will find something wrong. And so I avoid them. And consequently, whatever issues I'm having eventually resolve themselves. I mean, obviously, I realize there are some things that would not happen with, but lots of conditions, like if I was hurt or injured or something like that. Although when I ripped my shoulder out, um, there was. I mean, I just waited, and eventually it was better. Took almost 2 years and a whole lot of the ability to, what I ended up doing was uh, talking to a lot of people who have had injuries, who then told me what the exercises were that their physio people had given them. And does everybody see how I'm doing those gemstones? Um, it's just basically you leave one streak there and then work your way down and then leave another one there at the bottom. And it adds sort of that double shine. Yeah, well, there are also people that have gone through traumatic experiences as children who also then go on to develop pain in their lives, um, for whatever the pain that is not necessarily, the doctors can't really find a physical cause for it, but doesn't make the pain any less real, you know. And that's, I think, the thing that most people don't understand about, they don't have it, that, they don't understand about fibromyalgia is that, a doctor may not be able to tell you why or what it is, but it doesn't make the pain any less real. So, and that I think is what people need to, people need to understand that pain that folks who suffer those disorders have is every bit as valid as as somebody who has broken a limb. I have a friend who suffers fibromyalgia, and people used to say, "Oh, you just need to get over it. It's all in your head." Well, yeah, I tell her that when she, is laying on the sofa and she can't move. Um, if you colored in the white with gel pens, would it take the gemstone away? Um, yeah, it probably would, only because uh, I think it might work, Daryl Lynn, if you did a really dark gemstone and then a light, went over the white with a really light color, then it might. Melinda, hello, my dear. I am so glad you made it. And I missed you last week, and and but I understand completely, my dear. Um, but let's give it a try, because the worst thing that can happen is that we can fail. So I don't know that there is a blue that is light enough. But let's try it. This one might work. Let's see. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's pretty dark. All right, now I am going to blot that up only because I don't want it to imprint on the swatches behind. Yeah, certainly if you did it with a darker color, absolutely, it would take it away. Sorry. I don't honestly know if you did it with a lighter color. Let's see if we can do it with a pink. I don't know. You'd have to experiment with it. let's find a page in the book. All right, let's do this. Let's color a gemstone. Okay. So there we have a gemstone. And we're going to pick a light pink. Ooh, I like that. The answer, that is the lightest pink that I had. And the answer appears to be yes. You do lose the gemstone effect. Does that help? Somehow light wants to reflect as white. Now that doesn't mean that you couldn't, you certainly couldn't do it, because we've all seen people do a great one to see use gel pens or use Poscas as accent or as amplified decoration is well, I've seen Kate do it. I've seen LaBelia do it. I've seen a lot of other people do it. I don't even think Kate's still on the air. So, but yeah, I don't know. When it comes to gemstones, I'm always going to go with white. Oh, you are not, Shara. Although she might be, actually. She might be standing in front of that 11th on that 11th story window, knowing that all those folks down in the street can't actually see her. But yeah, a light almost always reflects as white. And you don't have to always, you don't always have to put it in. That one could be just on the one side because maybe it's a misshapen one, or maybe you want it to be a little more, like that kind of shape, and or you want it to be down here at the bottom, or you can put the highlight anywhere you want. Um, oh, you keep buffering. Here I am picturing you naked standing in the window, Shara. Okay. Um, and yeah, because I'm gonna do. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm having that conversation with my inner self, going, what are you gonna do for those outer flowers? So I started answering myself a little loudly. Uh, yeah, I think maybe I need to get out and see people. I'm, I, I'm starting to have conversations with my actual two-person conversations with myself. Hmm. Last week I had started to say something, and then I got distracted. Uh, but what it was I have found that when it comes to cleaning my house is something that I just don't do. I don't see it. I don't register it. I don't acknowledge it. It's not a problem until it's pressing. And but I have found that if I split my personality, and or not Molly, Mabel, Mabel is my housekeeper, Christine. So when Mabel is in charge, I clean the house. I'm aware of Mabel, and I can call her up when I need her and say, Mabel, the house needs to be cleaned. And Mabel gets right on the task. Christine, on the other hand, she wants to be in the office playing Candy Crush or drawing pictures uh, or coloring or making a video or something like that. So Christine is the one that earns the living, and Mabel, I guess, is my housewife. Oh, that is so nice of you, Daryl Lynn. Oh my goodness. What a lovely thing to say. Everybody, we are just a good bunch. There is no doubt about it. The coloring community, just in general, is a good bunch. Uh, but don't see you as a Mabel. Well, let me tell you the story of Mabel. All right. Because it is a bittersweet story. And it is when I was a little girl. And of course, I idolized my big sisters that lived on the other side of the country, and I only got to see them in the summertime and all of that. Um, my oldest sister is 13 years older, and so was pretty much a grown up by the time I became aware of her as a human being. Um, and she always called me Mabel. Well, now, she didn't call me always call me Mabel, but it was like she would say something like, you say, in a while, alligator or no. Oh, you know, it was like a little saying, and I was Mabel. She would call me, "Okay, Mabel," you know, that kind of thing. Well, come to find out, as an adult, and I go to uh, live nearer to my sister here on the East Coast, that she does that with everybody. You know, anyone younger than her, she calls Mabel, basically. If she doesn't, whatever. Anyway, it broke my heart. But Mabel, so I hate to clean. Sorry, I don't use the word hate. I dislike cleaning house. So I now dislike Mabel, and so the two together equal a positive, and that's how I made a negative into a positive because Mabel now cleans my house. So that is why. And I am Mabel because there are no other Mabels. I am seriously trying to find what I'm doing here. Callie Art. Hello. I'm looking for the yellows. Give me some yellows, CalliArts. There we go. This is what I want. I want the pastel yellow, the 204. Is that what I want? No, I used. That's the 416. Ooh, no wonder that looks so yellow. That was the marigold. All right, I want the 204. There it is. And this is going down around these guys. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, wait. Hang on. Aha. Inspiration strikes. Yeah, so whenever I have, and that's, I found that that's an interesting way. So whenever there's something that you don't want to do, all right, if you invent a person, and it's something that you need to do, right, like clean house, if you invent if you're aware of it, I mean, this is a different thing than a mental illness kind of thing. I mean, I don't want to discount at all the seriousness of dissociative or you know what I mean, dissociative identity disorder, because that is brought about by trauma. But I have found a very useful way to allow myself to do things that I don't want to do by making it a game and turning it into a Mabel will do it or a somebody else. If I've got like my gardener, um, I've got a gardening personality. Her name is oh gosh, she's the I haven't used her in a while. Um, uh, Cora Bell, thank you, Cora Bell. Cora Bell is my gardener, and all right, you may think I'm crazy. Now, I may be wrong. No, I may not do this. I may have to rethink. What I was going to do is I was going to use this yellow ochre next to that and make like a wave pattern, but I think I want that to be the darker. So if that's the darker, then I only have 107 as the lighter, and I don't like this lemon yellow. But we'll try it anyway. And just because you take a word out of your vocabulary doesn't mean you're perfect at it. I occasionally do say something like, I hate this or that. But for the most part, I have tried to remove the word altogether from my vocabulary because it is a useless word. It is a useless word. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's pretty colorful, isn't it? You use the name Bertha in the same way. Exactly. There you go, Barb. And yeah, oh, no, I don't remember which one. Oh, my goodness. All right, 107, 204. All right, so the 204 is slightly darker, right? Where was I? Okay, so this one is the 204. All right, this side of these little guys. It is a very subtle difference, but it's there. So, yeah, Corabelle is my gardener. Um, Edgar is my roofer. Uh, and yes, they don't all have to be women. Edgar is my roofer. Herman is my plumber. So I have a whole bunch of them. What would Herman do? However, there's only one possum catcher, and she is Christine. Anybody who doesn't know that story, you have to look up the video. It's titled. I am still laughing about that. And just, it was just like, you want me to touch it? I can still crack my, who's the furnace guy? The furnace guy is actually me as well. And actually, because that was something I was sort of motivated to do. I never did identify what the problem was, and I just used the electric heat all winter, and mostly, and just paid an exorbitant electric bill, but it was no more than I would have paid in the gas bills if if the gas furnace had been working. I did notice, however, Kathy, that when it got to be more than 71 degrees outside, I was actually warm. I was actually hot. So, so that is the downside to living a cold winter. But fortunately, it never got really cold here. We didn't have any snow, which is unusual. It's the first year that I've lived here in Virginia that we haven't had snow that I can remember. And now, of course, it's 89 degrees outside. So, oh, Mrs. Coffee, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the super chat, my dear. And yay, well, you do the same for me. And oh, is that you that bought the coloring pages? Thank you, my dear, and thank you for your support. And Diamond painting, yay. Diamond Art Club, even more yay. Uh, Libby, okay. Bye, Libby. Thank you for being here. And oh, I'm so glad she's home. Yay, Jess. Uh, say hi to Jess, or say hi to Jess for me. Um, and yay, she's home. Yay, yay. And okay, Fifi the feather duster. Wait, you go with Fifi. Yeah, it just depends, and they're not always, they're not always the same names. They're just whatever name I happen to call up to sort of force myself to do it. Like Efficient Christine. I still can't believe Efficient Christine actually came out this morning and said, "Hey, what's the deal? You haven't posted any new drawings in your Etsy shop for months, not just days, not just weeks, but months. So you need to get your butt in gear, and we're going to do this right now. And no, you're going to turn that Candy Crush game off right this very second. You're going to go print this drawing out on cardstock right now. And now, while you're in there, you're just going to go over to Etsy and you're going to list that drawing. Not in 5 minutes, not after you have a fresh cup of coffee, not, not after you've rolled a new cigarette. You're just going to do it right this very second, right now. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. I am on it. I am with you. And like I said, I got more accomplished in 1 hour today than I have in 3 weeks. And I have a clean coffee table. Because Mabel was on the job yesterday as well. So, which basically means the cat has a clean surface to lay on. So she is laying in the middle of the coffee table on an Amazon gift bag because all the towels are in the wash. And the wash is scheduled for after the stream. Okay, and you're back. You grabbed a protein drink you made. Oh, yum. Okay. Well, now I do know, I'm going to back out just a little bit so we can get a little bit of an idea of what else we've got going on here. And I'm going to add, I think I'm going to, so I've got these in the center, and I might add something with the gel pens to the yellow, but I'm going to wait until we figure out what to do with this. So I want 3 greens. Thank you, everybody, for another sale. I appreciate that so very much. I do want to add in some greens there. And 318 is 318 is ocean green. That's an interesting one. I want some pretty greens. I want the mint green G115. All right. The mint green, the horizon green, which is the G012. It's not going to look like I think it's going to look. It is going to look. It is going to look like something else. The G012, if I remember correctly. Yes, there it is. And the emerald green, the G127, not, and there. Okay, so starting with the darkest first, I'm going to put that here. Actually, I should not have put it here, but that's okay. And put that down there. Then I'm going to go with the second darkest and put it all the way on that one. And I think then this is the lightest. Okay, so we might leave that there. Go back to this one. And that needs to, okay. Meh. Meh, meh, meh. Meh, I don't like it. Okay, so let's change it up. Yeah, I think I like it all darker. Okay, so we're going to take that one and put it back and just go with these two. Yeah, just go with these two. So just working out. And I want to try doing it a little bit differently. This one is a little bit lighter. And so I like it for this that's already got the black stripes in it. And so we can also use it here. Because otherwise I think those little black stripes get lost. And here. Okay, so we use this one here. Okay, and then, pardon me while I toss my tools around. And then try this one. Okay, Cal's Crafts is coming on in just a couple of seconds. If she's not on already. Oh, no, she's going to be live in 30 minutes, according to what she's saying. And I know Joe Beth comes on in about 3 minutes. So I'm going to be able to clear the decks for them. Okay, I want these to be the dark red because they don't have, with the dark, I don't want this to get lost. So I want these to be, I'm going to pull this, that color up again, the 416, and do those here so that the little black dots show through. And so I just want to do that real quick in just a couple minutes that I've got left. I won't do it all, just this, so you can just see the color scheme that I'm thinking of. Okay, so I've got, imagine doing that. And then these, Just going to play with this a little bit because I think I'm just going to go ahead and rather than leave a little white streak in, I will go ahead and we'll do some more of the gel pen, but you won't be able to see it here. You'll just have to check out what I did when I make, and I promise I am, with Efficient Christine on the job, going to make a video, midweek videos this week. So I do want to say thank you to everyone for coming today, for being here, for spending your Sunday with me. It is always lovely to see each and every one of you. Thank you for putting up with me and my craziness. Thank you for all of the art that you purchase. Thank you for wonderful gifts like this. You guys are just amazing. And super chats and everything else. I am so eternally grateful to each and every one of you. And until we meet again, please color something pretty. Stay positive. Stay sane. I love you all. Bye, everybody. Thanks, mods. You do a great job.